Last week at Daytona was a typical Daytona race. We just ran out the laps, and it got tense in the last 10 laps. Earlier in the race, though, we had an issue with Mike Skinner on pit road. Didn't really affect us because, again, I mean, we were just able to autopilot our way to the front. Dale Jarrett, near those round of pit stops, got jobbed by Ricky Rudd. He ended up a couple laps down. And at the end of the race, we could not find anything in the car to get around John Andretti. It was just frustrating, but still a real good finish. We now have 8 races remaining before the playoffs. Daytona jumbled up the points a little bit, and it's really not that and it's really not worth talking about too much right now. We're gonna let a couple races go by before we really start to see the cream start rising again to the top. Looking at New Hampshire now, I got some bad news. A lot of bad news. Mark Martin has the pole. Jeff Gordon starting 3rd. As for us, we hit the wall coming out of 4 on our qualifying lap. We're starting dead last.
The following is a special presentation of TNN Motorsports. We are live at the New Hampshire International Speedway for the Jiffy Lube 300. And of course, Dr. Dick Berggren is with us this weekend as well.
Yeah, and this is a sport of winners, Eli. Tomorrow, the folks who missed this race are going to ask you about it. They may ask only one question: who won? This is the kind of situation where the sponsors send all their money to the winner. The winner gets the majority of prize money. He gets the glory. Look at the front of this grid. There's a lot of guys here who haven't won this year. A lot of guys who haven't won for a long time. A lot of guys who have never won. Like to see happy outcomes, want to see somebody get into victory lane who bad needs it. Today could be the day.
A lot of cameras for you today. Mark Martin, of course, always runs well here. Darrell Waltrip, that's going to be the close-up car camera for you. Mike Skinner,
3,500.
well, he'll be giving us a good ride up through the field. Herman the German, Kenny Wallace in the square D entry. Spotters talking to their drivers. The jam-packed grandstands looking on. Here we go. Glad you're with us on TNN.
You're ready. Ready. Great.
And they gun it, and off they go into turn number 1. 12 degrees of banking in the corners. 3 degrees on the straightaways.
There we are, bringing up the rear. Got some things to discuss once everything settles down. A lot of Winston Cup Series signage here. I was able to figure out a workflow that takes care of a transparency issue. Not looking forward to Winston cupping Watkins Glen. There's a lot of stuff at that track. I've tightened the AI up here. Probably going to see a wreck. We do have one random caution. Yeah, hitting the wall, coming out of 3, or coming out of 4 in qualifying. And, you know, we still had a decent speed up getting to the line. But the fact that we're starting 43rd means we weren't going to have a good starting position anyway. So what we have to do is we're going to take a hit in the points this race. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I've already resigned myself to that fact. So we just have to learn some lessons about the track here, because we're coming back here for Race 25. It's the first race of the playoffs, and I mean, I'm kind of liking the playoff situation we have brewing, because we have the Dale Jarrett storyline. We have Mark Martin having bad finishes here, but he should be up there. He should be up there contending with me and Jeff Gordon. So, I mean, we're getting into the playoffs, no question, but I really want the overall points championship through the 32 races. And I mean, if Mark Martin, sorry there, Loy Allen, if Mark Martin still has some bad starts and Jeff Gordon and I start running away with it, then it's just a 2-car race. There's not a lot of drama there at the end of the season. So now you start, hey, he got me back. Yellow flag, look out. Stay down. All right. Seems like Greg Sachs. Seems like Greg Sachs was a smoker and messed things up, or he started smoking after the wreck. Not sure. Pretty sure that was Ernie Irvan. We got a yellow car down in front of us, which has to be Sterling Marlin. Bobby Labonte is the culprit. He gets into Ernie Irvan here. Knocks him around. And everyone avoids him. Earnhardt almost hit him. But everybody avoids him. Meanwhile, as that's happening, Greg Sachs blows a motor or something right here. And he goes down into the pits. Just chaos. In 10 seconds. Hey, there's Sterling. Still in trouble here. He disappeared. Pit road's open. Guess what? We're at the back of the pack. We're pitting. We gotta get in and out though. And there's Sterling.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Oh man, they're showing us a black flag. Looks like they caught us speeding on pit road. Okay, you've got to go to the end of the longest line.
We're in turn 2, about to go green. Yeah, I sped there going down pit road. Didn't matter. We were going to be at the end of the longest line anyway. Yeah, I wanted to take on these fresh tires because we can get to about lap 52 on tires, and I have the AI getting to about lap 58, 59. So if we would drive a perfect race, we'd be able to stay with them, but I just can't manage my tires well here. So that's going to give us an extra 10 laps on our tires at the cost of 3 or 4 spots that we're going to gain back rather quickly, so I'm not worried about it. Just saw in the rear view that Sterling Marlin got back on the track. But this might be, gaining these spots might be a little more difficult than I assumed, since we're all single file already. But running 2x2 can be bad if you get stuck, because the AI won't, nobody has a power move to get around the other AI cars, and they'll tend to run side by side for laps at a time. It's officially air conditioner weather. I have it running in the background. It's probably not noticeable on the mic. We have enough to get around Ernie Irvan here. Look out, Dave Marcus. It kind of goes against my polite driving style that we're diving on them here, but you kind of have to. We can't surf into the turn like that. You do have to surf into the turns, but not like that. Because right now I am off of everything and just coasting. Feather in the throttle a little bit, and then later in the run, you just coast the whole way through. And it feels, oh yeah, and it feels wrong. Like you should be going faster. But slower is faster here. We're seeing the effects of our tires right now. We're passing them a little bit easier than I usually do. That's perfect. That was perfect what happened. Getting that early caution, getting 10 extra laps on our tires. It's huge. If I can get into a rhythm here, we'll be all right. Hello to all the new subscribers. Thanks for all the views, comments, likes. Having a blast with this 1997 season. That's a case in point on when these guys get side by side. They tend to be there for a while. And Morgan Shepherd started Morgan Shepherd back there started barking at us. With all these engines, we're probably going to run into the same issue we did at California, where we couldn't hear our tires skidding into the turns. Because we probably just skidded right there. Because I had run a practice run with the AI, everything felt good. And then when I qualified, I was running pretty much the same lines I was during the race. And we were squealing pretty bad. I mean, there's just no other way. Again, unless I was sitting here for a long time, getting everything down perfect, we weren't going to be able to get to near real-world speed to 1997 unless we brought the AI down to our tire wear level. But hey, we're nice to them with fuel mileage stuff at some races. This is where they repay the favor to us.
Clear outside.
Yeah, that was a godsend, that early caution. I just saw Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon running 1-2. That's pretty much what I expected, because they were on the inside line to start the race, starting first and third. Oh, that was bad. We can't go in that hard. The whole reason I pitted early was to get our tires, but then still be smooth through the run. And if we drive like a bonehead, then it just doesn't make sense. That's what we gotta do. That's the turn right there. Alright, 250 more turns to go. Look out, Jeff Burton.
Glad you're with us here on TNN Motorsports.
They've all got better things to do. Herbal Essences, a totally organic experience.
Hi, Jakey. Bye, Jakey.
TNN Motorsports live coverage of the Jiffy Lube 300 is being brought to you by the more than 1,600 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts.
There's a random caution. We were in the thick of it here. Oh, we are in the thick of it. Jeff Burton. Unbelievable. We just lost everything. Chad Little had to slam the brakes on. Alright, going into pit here. It's our first taste of the first stall on pit road.
Pit road is now open.
And if we're at the front of the pack during a caution,
Limit 45. Keep it under 4,000 in seconds. The pace cars in turn one.
if we're at the front of the pack on a caution, that's going to be bad. Because right now we'd be finishing our stop and we still have people coming in. It would get ugly.
Back straight.
Let's go. Let's see if we can pick up some spots here.
Keep it under 4,000 in seconds.
I'm going to live dangerously here.
That speed now. Keep it on 4,000 in seconds.
Trying to gain some spots.
The pace cars in turn 3. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 33 car. Don't merge yet.
Alright. No, didn't get black flagged, and then we got to stay behind Ken Schrader.
Merge when you can.
Alright, we're getting ready to go green. Hats off to our crew. We gained 4 spots on pit road. Looks like that's Martin and Gordon out front. John Andretti, what the heck?
Get ready now. Going green.
John Andretti's running third. Alright,
Pace cars in.
come on.
Green, green, green. Car outside.
Don't pass before the start finish. Alright.
Stay low. Keep low.
That's a big dive job. Get off us, Lake Speed.
Clear.
Man.
You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
Well, pit crew did a good job.
You're on the bottom. 3 wide. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
Loy Allen just got into the...
In turn 3. We got a red in turn 4.
Loy Allen and Ernie Irvin got into the wall. Everybody was trying to run 3 wide there. I think we had something to do with it. Trying to get back on the track. There's a wreck coming. Oh, I'm not a happy person right now. Yeah, okay. I hope that didn't look like I was intentionally trying to spin out Kenny Wallace.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide, car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside.
Alright, we just got to bring our expectations back in check. Got excited about the that first caution and the tire situation, but we're pretty much where we would be at anyway if that never happened. So got to still concentrate on a top 25-20 finish. But where the random caution fell puts us in a little bit of a pickle, because that gave us, that dropped with 110 laps left, which means we got to get 55 laps on each set of tires, or we have to pit a third time. So we're behind the 8 ball here. Because I can maybe stretch it to 55, but it's going to affect how aggressive we can be. Skipped a few laps, got around Morgan Shepherd, and we're about to enter the octagon here. Hey, Lake Speed.
Outside.
Nice to see ya.
On the bottom, 3 wide, outside. Stay low. You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
They probably don't like this.
Stay low. Clear outside. Outside.
How's that feel, buddy?
Clear.
Alright, we didn't damage our car. Good.
Outside. Still there.
I think he gets the message.
Clear.
Here's the side-by-side stuff that just holds you up. It takes them about 2 laps to get around a car.
Clear.
Oh, I didn't know Darrell Waltrip was going to be sneaking up there so quick. But we're all right. Now Waltrip's into us. You got to get off of us, bud.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 4 about 2 seconds.
So we're doing something wrong with our lines,
Car outside.
and they're just,
Clear outside. Car outside. Stay
there's
low.
no give and take
Stay low. Clear outside.
with these computer people. We got back up to Darrell Waltrip in a hurry. It's just a matter of passing them. It's just tough.
Inside. Clear.
I'm kind of racing like a jerk this race. Trying to diamond the corner. It seems like we get a run there, but the problem is when I diamond it with the AI, I think that's where we get in trouble with Lake Speed and with Darrell Waltrip. Look out, Walt. Man. All right, good. Yeah, all these skid marks on the track are ours, which means not good. Because we're probably going to lose a couple laps on our tires. And, I mean, this isn't good. We're going for it.
Outside. Keep low. Still there.
We still got him, though.
Keep low.
Ah, and I dove too hard.
Car outside. Still there.
I definitely need more time at this track.
Clear outside. Outside.
But
Clear outside.
this was our stated goals at the outset of this race. Was to get around here,
Clear.
do what we can, and learn some lessons for the next New Hampshire race. I'm guessing that's why it's hard for the AI to pass somebody. Because it just is. We ate up our tires even more, and that was on one pass. So, we have a lot to learn. We're 15 seconds back from the leader, so half a lap down.
Car outside. Still there.
Are we going to have to be Mr. Bump and Run this race? I mean, is that how we pass him?
Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
Just a little nudge
Still there.
in the turn.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
Not slamming into him like we did to Lake Speed,
Outside.
which was pretty violent.
Clear. Car outside. Stay low. Still there. Stay low. Clear outside.
I mean, we got help from Darrell Waltrip there to pass him. I think one of these TNN races I'm going to experiment with, you know, trying to keep the same look as the running order graphic from the original broadcast, but making it easier to edit, because I can just copy and paste them into a list. But the other TNN running orders, like you see in the other TNN races I've done this season, you got to pretty much do them one by one. Or I found a system, but it's slow, where I can just copy and paste. It's much easier just to grab 15 drivers at a time, boom, done. Alright, starting to get a feel for it now. We're only halfway through the race. Boy, I just wish it was easier to pass here. Yeah, we're just doing what we can. Tires are yellow. We still have to... Or you know what? But we got to get to 20 more laps. We got to get to lap 55 to split the rest of the race in half. And that's basically what the AI is going to do too. And There's really no short pitting strategy. There's nothing there's nothing up our sleeve here. We just have to get good. It stinks too, because for the test race, I just there's a save game editor, it's called, where you can qualify for a race and then you can go back to your desktop and just completely manipulate all the entries and stuff. So you can have the pole even if you qualified dead last. So what I do for test races is I'll jump in there and just put myself 20th. And we'll see where the cards fall. And in a test run here, I started 20th, and at the end of the run was about 12th, and I could probably be a little bit faster, and I was like, this is perfect. But this is all track position. You just can't pass around here. And I'm worried about my tires too. And I gotta cut off Darrell Waltrip there, because he was gonna get into us again. Now that I think about it, a lot of the positions I gained in that test race was running side by side in the early going. You know, riding the coattail. Oh, we got Morgan Shepherd here though. You can see he fell off of them. That's why. That's the only way you can pass somebody, is when they just decide to get slow for a lap. I forget what I was saying, but yeah, we just passed some cars side by side because they were racing, and we fell in line like we are here. Now, I guess Brett Bodine had to get out of it there for Kenny Wallace. Something happened because we're racing side by side almost. Got into him. We have you, buddy. Don't come down here. Okay, that's what I'm missing. There's that one little throttle punch you gotta give it in the turns.
Clear outside.
Oh, don't punch it. Alright, falling in line now. Alright, got around Kenny Wallace. The group behind us and the group in front of us were all racing side by side for a while. And things... the forecast looks a little bit different here. We should be getting a tire call out very soon. There it is. Dang it. And on lap 60, which means we're gonna have to go 60 laps on this last tire run. And we can't skid through the turns here on old tires either, because they're just, it's gonna pop.
Limit 45. Keep it under 4,000 seconds. Clear outside.
All right. Good entry. Now there was 110 laps to go, and they are probably splitting the race in half-ish. So might see them coming in near us.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Maybe we can gain some ground here. Look out.
Okay, merge when you can.
Now we can't smoke the world here on these tires. We have to take her easy and just hope, I don't know, hope for something. Random caution is already out the window. So it's not like we're going to get a late race well, we could. We need a late race caution when we're near the back of the pack anyway. Put on fresh tires and just blitz up and try to gain spots. So let's just be smart about this. Let's just... whatever ground we're making up on them... I mean, we are anyway on decent tires. No reason to set the track on fire. Running fast as we can here. Just run good, steady stuff, and hopefully it evens out. And we definitely don't want to spend tires passing these guys.
Car inside.
He says as he goes to the outside.
Still there. Clear inside.
We have to go 60 laps on these tires. That's how we have to attack this.
Keep low. Clear.
And we're definitely going to be limping home at the end,
Still there.
no matter what.
Clear outside.
I want to get both of them here, but we won't.
Outside.
You know what? We're going to...
Keep low.
yeah, we're going to go in hard just one time. And get moving. And I will say, even when we lost some of our rubber getting spun out by Lake Speed and Darrell Waltrip, we were still able to hang in there. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out at all.
The leader's pitting now.
All right, pit stops have begun. Hopefully there's a weird caution or something comes out and we're on the lead lap. I don't know. Tail end of the lead lap in 20th place or something. Or not the tail end, but actually at the end of the longest line, maybe in 20th or something. I don't know. Seeing some cars we haven't seen. Jeff Bodine. These are all slow cars who might be pitting. So we're going to hang out up here. There we go. This is good. I mean, we're seeing some cars we haven't seen all race. And we're just gonna follow Jimmy Spencer. Use them as a speed limiter, kinda. Or no, I guess we're gonna pass him. Does anyone know why we're in 13th? Did we really gain that much time on that? Well, yeah, remember Johnny Benson at Dover. Short pitted the field by 8-9 laps. I mean, he gained 20 seconds on everybody. 1.5 seconds a lap. And we're probably around that. A little bit less. There's a sheet of paper I could look at right now, but I'm not going to. It seems like it took a lap or two for these guys to find their tires. But we can't lose sight of the long game now, which is all about our tires. We can't sit here and race hard for 11th when we're not destined to finish here. This is going to take a lot of discipline I don't think I have. Trying to figure out exactly the tire wear we need to have. Uh-oh, we just got a call out that the leader's pitting, which is Mark Martin, and he shouldn't be pitting. There he is, pulling into his stall. Now, something else going on, which I don't get. We're, what are we, 15 seconds behind the leader. 11 seconds behind, whatever. I think something happened on pit road that knocked out or slowed down a lot of cars. Because, I mean, we were roughly, last I had checked before pit stops, we were half a lap down, like I said. And we're still the same way. Meanwhile, if we had done the Johnny Benson thing and gained a bunch of time on everybody, we would have technically been near the lead, but we had the same interval back from us to the leader. So I don't know what's going on, but I do know that we have 34 laps left. We cannot let these tires get into yellow until lap 20-ish. We got to get to the end of the race. There's no question about it. So we have to play it easy here. And maybe drop back into the 20s as a finish. We just got to suck it up and let people pass us. Yeah, it seems like a good strategy what we did. You know, pit early and try to hold them off. But it's a huge gamble. I mean, there were 9 laps there where a caution comes out and your day is done. Because you're a lap down, maybe 2 laps down. That's why they don't employ that strategy. This is all part of the plan, letting them go. This one's going to hurt, though. This is a conga line of cars. Hey, we finally seen Rick Mast's paint job. Camo. I don't know if we saw it earlier when we were sucking on our toes back in 43rd. Just letting them go, not even racing them.
That is the number of the race leader.
Oh man, mine's busted. Trust your taste buds, not commercials.
Welcome back to New Hampshire International Speedway. That aerial view brought to you by Federated Auto Parts Stores. Professional advice, brand name parts. Great view there, those long drag strip-like straightaways and the tight turns. Really is a big old Martinsville Speedway, isn't it?
And the huge crowd that's here today as well. Man. Bob Bear's going to add another 50 acres of parking. They've widened the road to go in, so there's less of a traffic problem here in New Hampshire. The state loves this racetrack, and so do the race fans.
Oh, caution. This is big. Ricky Run. No! Dave Marcus! Why would you go sideways like that? Let's go. Man, pooped my pants. Oh, all right. We are saved. Yeah, I was planning on coming back to action on lap 20 and just saying, yeah, we let a couple other guys go, and our tires were still green, and we were gonna finish in the it was gonna be a mid-20s situation. But this is it. Our whole race depends on when we come out of the backstretch here and go into 3 and 4. If they're not pitting, we're in trouble. Now I just saw debris in turn 2. Meanwhile, the Rudd thing happened in 3 and 4. Rudd had gone into the pits and then came back out. If they're not pitting here, we're in trouble. Yeah. That's not good. We needed the field spaced out. Then again, we have our tires. I think we're fine. I think we can actually race a little bit now. Alright, so maybe 2 laps ago, you see Rudd. I don't know what he's doing. We're gonna zoom past here any second. There we go. That's, if you want to call that zooming. Ricky Rudd pits here, takes on 2 tires. As he's coming out and merging back on, Sterling Marlin gives him the business here. Just a weird part of the track. Alright, that was the caution. And that's probably a DNF for him. That's us getting into Marcus. I wasn't even thinking about the damage we might have here. And then, oh wow. Big stuff going on down here too. Bobby Hamilton's involved in every wreck. So no surprise he's involved in this one. A couple guys got banged up there. And then that debris in 1 and 2 I mentioned. These guys took the caution, but they all got spooked by Ricky Rudd. And bang, right there. Alright, here we go. We're getting the green with 18 laps to go. We got good tires. The gamble, which really wasn't a gamble because we were forced to make it, has paid off. We just have to not get spun out. We have to not get Lake Speeded or Darrell Waltripped. We're no longer being conservative with our tires. We can run it. Bobby Abani in the lead on this restart. Earnhardt in second. Nice and easy here. Don't give up his bottom line, Kenny Wallace. Don't. Oh, I thought he was on us for a second. Alright, we just have to survive this. We have to get into these turns and not budge down here. This has been an hour and a half of my life. The last 20 of it was really boring, saving tires. Just not waste it. We're definitely holding them back, though. But maybe not. Maybe once we can run single file here, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. But then they're running side by side back there. One thing at a time. Alright, Craven's on us already. But But I mean, are we even content with just 23rd place? Are we being too safe? Okay, 3 wide up here. Happy learned how to putt. I figured out the turns now. Ish. Is Sterling Marlin, has he been off the pace since he had that issue early on, or what? Alright, Mark Martin right behind us. Because we had that call out that he was pitting, and I haven't seen the replay yet, but I'm guessing he was just in and out, maybe changing 2 tires, because he didn't lose a lap. So... But he was looking good there for a while. I know he was leading a bunch of this. Oh yeah. I mean, I feel great right now, and we're only running in 23rd. Chad Little wasn't even, or no, I don't know who we passed that lap. It took a while for that new lap data to register there. Wouldn't mind keeping Mark Martin behind us, but virtual Mark Martin probably has no problem getting into us like Lake Speed and Darrell Waltrip. He's right there. He's on us. Alright. With Speed and Waltrip, I tried to go against it, but as soon as I feel it, I'm just gonna go up the track. Bobby Labonte barely holding off Earnhardt up there, it looks like. I have no idea what's going on up there. I'm not really worried about it. Looks like they're just single file. I figured out the turns for about 2 laps. And we got racing. Oh, did not expect Dave Marcus to do that. Don't do it again, please. Our tires have to be yellow. Yeah. But we did our job. This almost feels like a win. Boy, Allen has to be a lap down. He is. Grissom's for position, though. They're running side by side behind us, which is amazing. And I'll obviously remember to have put it in the video earlier with just some notes. I rarely will jump in and talk about something in post, but I do wonder what happened on the pit stop where we came out in 11th, or during the round of pit stops where we came out in 11th. Meanwhile, our interval to the leader pretty much stayed the same-ish, to the best of my knowledge. I wonder if, I don't know. Let's concentrate. We've lost Mark Martin a little bit back there. We have some cars in between us. Ernie Irvan's kept his speed up this race. That's something to think about too. Probably how narrow the margin is here on speed. That Ernie Irvan, whose car is just looks like it was in World War II, is hanging in here with these leaders, this top 20. Oh, look at the green car at the bottom. Who is that? I think it's Chad Little. I thought it was. I got distracted. We might lose a spot here. I thought that was Bobby Labonte. I almost lost my mind. I reckon Bobby Labonte lost this on the final lap. It looks like he just took the checkers. And I'm not sure exactly what we learned, like we said our goal was. But we'll be back, New Hampshire. P20. Alright, let's check out the results. Bobby Labonte led the rest of the way after that late caution. Seemed like Earnhardt needed one more lap to get around him. Kenny Schrader with another top 10. Rusty Wallace, big 11th place finish for the playoff picture. Johnny Benson, decent. Of course, we finished 20th. And there's Mark Martin in 22nd. Finished on the lead lap, though. And when he pitted, I checked in the post-race, he didn't even take on tires when he pitted late there. He just stopped in his stall for like 5 seconds and then took back off. I don't know. Then you see Ernie Irvan taking a big hit. We'll look at the points, but I mean, he's got to be mad at Bobby Labonte for spinning him out early in this one. And I checked what happened whenever we pitted, and it's basically what I had described that happened with Johnny Benson at Dover. When we pitted, we were 20 seconds behind the leader. And then when pit stops ended, we were like 13 seconds behind the leader in 13th. Meanwhile, when we pitted, the 12th place driver was 12 seconds back. So I mean, everything, it happened exactly like everything was on the up and up there. Nothing weird happened. And here's a quick look at the points. I want to get out of the cycle of talking about them here and then talking about them at the beginning of the next race. So we'll just talk about them at the beginning of the next race. Pretty simple. But that's what they look like now. All right. Thanks for watching.